This is Daniel C. Morrison of the Audio Punch, and right here I got an artist who does more than beats, he bangs too. Nah, I just
Not the type of banging. Not that type of banging.
We're here at a little room here with Funko Land, because he's a Funko lover, or you're probably not a Funko lover. You don't really. Are you a Funko lover?
I have one Funko, and it's a Funko of myself. So, call me narcissistic.
A narcissistic Funko lover. I don't even know if I'm going to edit that out. Not honestly. But anyway, I'm going to have him introduce himself, and then we're going to get into, I guess, his favorite Funko. So go ahead.
So, my name is Carter, but I'm also known as Dragonborn. I make all sorts of music, any type, ambient, rock, metal, EDM, all types of music. I've been making music for 6 years, and coming July 24th, tomorrow, if you're listening to this on the day it's filmed, my next album will be coming out.
And it is called?
For One More Night.
Ooh, For One More Night.
Yes.
So what kind of... Let me say, I've listened to Dragonborn R&M. He did this for my sister and her wife. And every song here is on a banger, but I noticed that each album of yours seems to have, I don't want to say a mood or a theme, but it really does actually seem like they all have a theme. Is that true?
Yes. So, like, For One More Night, this goes back to my previous album, 18. It released the day I turned 18, and it was 18 tracks, each track consisting, like, aiming to represent a mood or a theme of a certain year. So, like, the early tracks were super happy and upbeat, representing childhood, and then further in the track list, they started getting longer, more complex, and moodier, because as you reach into adolescence, you sometimes can become depressed. So, the main thing of 18 was I was excited for adulthood. I was gonna miss being a child, but I was excited. But for One More Night, I was like, now being an adult actually sucks. So I took early 2010s electronic dance music, all the radio hits, like with beat drops and all that upbeat synth production, and I was like, let's just make a record where you can just be all nostalgic for 25 minutes. So that's why it's called For One More Night, because you're partying, you're having fun for one more night, even though in reality you're an adult and all of that is behind you. Anyway.
All that's behind you. Well, you still have some fun now, don't you?
I mean, yeah, some fun. But the main fun is all in the past now. For me, at least.
Man, you got a long life, so I hope you don't stay that way. But
fair enough.
So, One More Night, you knew in advance you were going to go for that nostalgic mood.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you ever do an album where it just catches you by surprise and then you lean into the mood, or do you always have a pre-planned idea for the theme?
Well, For One More Night, it started out as one song. I was just making one song randomly, and I was like, wow, I really like this song, and it's super happy and upbeat and catchy. And I was like, I have some other ideas for a song with a similar mood, so I made like another song, and then another song, and then I realized, wait, all four of these songs kind of represent something. I'm going to lean into that more. So, and For One More Night started out as one song, and then I just hit a creative stride over a few days, and I made the entire album in that time. I mean, like, I didn't finish the album. That would seem like I was prioritizing release over quality, but I just have periods like that where I just make music nonstop for like 4 days.
Until it's done.
Yeah, until it's done.
It's done on its own, right?
Yeah.
So you say there's only 4 songs on this one?
No, there's 10 songs.
10, okay.
That was just the fun story.
So it's for one more week as opposed to...
For one more week and a half.
Good deal. Well, you also do something else that I thought was interesting. I believe you told me it was like fake emergency broadcast alerts. And that actually gained some big traction, right?
I mean, yeah, actually. So, EAS scenarios, they're a pretty big niche on YouTube. I started making some back in 2022, and I stopped back in early 2025 because I was like, I'm getting bored. But then, like a couple weeks ago, I started again actually, and I've been having a lot of fun. And Traction, yeah, I have over 100,000 views total on my EAS channel. My biggest video is a short. It has 14,000 views, but my biggest main video has about 8,000 views. So, yeah, and I have 850 something subscribers. So, it's not crazy, but it's way more than I thought I would get making something as niche as that.
Especially because you just release it and leave it, right?
I don't like do promo or anything like that. I just release whenever I want to release. It's a passion project of mine that some people ended up liking.
Gotcha. So if there was one emergency scenario that would freak you out if you heard it over all the others, what would it be?
Well, in 7th grade science, we watched a film called Yellowstone, and it was about the Yellowstone supervolcano erupting.
Mm-hmm.
And for a while there, I had a real fear of that would happen, even though the chances are really super low. So I would probably be the most freaked out if suddenly something came on and said, "Yellowstone plans to erupt soon, so good luck." So that would probably terrify me the most, probably.
Oh man, all right, let's say you had 10 minutes and then it was over for you. Life was over. What would be 3 things you would try to do in 10 minutes?
Honestly, the only thing I would need to do in 10 minutes is listen to as much of Shine On You Crazy Diamond as possible. That Pink Floyd song. I would only listen to the first 10 minutes of that song. So if life was really going to be over, because that's the only song you ever need to know.
So that would be your favorite exit song too, then, I guess?
If I could pick any exit song, it would actually be Echoes by Pink Floyd, which is a 23-minute epic finale to their album Metal. But I picked Shine On You Crazy Diamond for the other example because the first 10 minutes of that song are beautiful. Whereas Echoes takes a little bit of a time to build up, but the ending of Echoes is great. Okay. So that would be my exit song, though.
All right. If you could have an entrance song, while you're there in the womb, I don't know if it's when you shoot at your dad or when you're in there growing your mom. Oh. But anyway, you're coming out of the womb. Let's say you're coming out of the womb and you could have a
entrance song.
What would that be?
Entrance song.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I should go something serious or something stupid.
Well, I'm hoping serious, but stupid if you want. This is gonna set you up for life.
I would do Paper Cut, the first song off of the first Linkin Park album. Okay. Just because I think Linkin Park fits my personality so much, it would be kind of wrong not to do that. So.
All right. So, Linkin Park, your favorite band?
Oh yeah. Well, it's really Linkin Park and Pink Floyd, but I've been with Linkin Park longer, so yes, I would say so.
All right. Well, you're living in New Albany, Indiana, right now. For all you stalkers out there, local bands, whether New Albany, Jeffersonville, Clarksville, over the river in Louisville. Are you aware of many local artists, or have one you really cater to?
No, I really don't actually, which is kind of sad. I need some recommendations.
Well, maybe you could tune into the audio punch. Just saying.
I mean, it's not like there's only one episode out right now, right?
This one.
That's what I'm telling you.
It's the first interview we're doing at someone's house, I wasn't really expecting to do that, but I was expecting to do yours, but it's kind of easy to go somewhere if they live close to do it. But anyway, we're going to wrap this up, so before I get to that famous last question, do you have a paranormal experience?
I don't, but my brother and friend do. So I was not there apparently, but my brother and my friend were upstairs just hanging out being stupid, telling each other ghost stories, and apparently they actually saw or heard some spooky crap, because whenever I got home, my friend was like, "Dude, your house is actually haunted," and he was acting like he was high off of crack, and I was like, "Bruh, that doesn't exist. Calm down." He was like, No, I'm serious. So, kind of like a secondhand experience, I guess.
At your place?
Oh yeah, at my place, in my room, the upstairs second floor.
Creepy.
Yeah, so I mean, I've heard that this house is haunted sometimes, because like sometimes the lights flicker or sometimes weird stuff happens. Ask Randy, she'll tell you. Sometimes like she'll hear shuffling around in this room as if I'm here, but I'm not. So.
But this is where our parents passed, or the house.
Yeah, the house. Mm-hmm. So maybe they might be still here.
Maybe so.
Probably.
And before I get to the for you to pitch your stuff, I also want to ask about a time in your life where you were like extremely depressed, and then how you got out of it, and then any song of yours that relates to that situation.
Well, depressed.
Yeah, I mean, not like you were going to kill yourself unless you were. Which
No. I wasn't. I never was going to do that. I was taught from a young age that doing that is actually very selfish, because you're only thinking about yourself and how you feel, not thinking about the impacts it would have on your family. But a time I was really struggling was actually earlier this year, like while I was at Purdue still, because I felt like I was like suffocating, because like I was studying electrical engineering technology at Purdue, which is why I still have this shirt. But I was like, I wasn't learning, I wasn't having fun. I always thought like you go to college and you want to learn something you're passionate about, and I thought I was passionate about electrical engineering technology, but once I got second semester, it really just dawned on me, it hit me like a ton of bricks. So I just felt so overwhelmed, and like my brain would not shut up. And as for a song that helped me out of it, honestly, a lot of Pink Floyd, actually. Like, I got introduced to Pink Floyd last year, but one song from Pink Floyd that really helped me out was Coming Back to Life from their album The Division Bell. Yeah. It made me feel like that this is not an infinite period, things will get better. Yeah. And eventually I decided I'm not going to take this anymore. This situation is stupid. So hopefully when college starts up next month again at Ivy Tech, which is where I'm going, hopefully I'll have a lot more. It'll be a lot better. Hopefully.
Oh, I'm sure it will be. And that is important, because I've realized myself everything is temporary. Mm-hmm. Everything is temporary.
Yes.
Except my freaking job, I said. But anyway.
And except something else.
Okay. What about one of your songs that relates to either was written purposefully to help people out of a struggle, or you feel would help people out of a struggle, if you were going to pick one of your songs? And we'll put it on the episode too, the song.
Well, that's kind of a problem, because my music is all instrumental, by the way. I don't sing because I hate the sound of my voice. And probably watching this, I'll hate the sound of my voice as well. But if I had to pick one song that I think would help people out of a struggle, I would have to pick from my album 18, which I talked about earlier. It would be the second track off of that album called Learning to Live. Because it's, it takes place when you're 1 year old, you're learning to live, you're learning what you can't eat, what you cannot eat. And It's a very energetic, happy, bouncy song. It gives me energy.
Okay, good deal.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for that famous last question, tell people where they can follow you, listen to your music, all that stuff.
Well, I'm pretty much everywhere. I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Amazon, I'm pretty much everywhere. Pretty much. I don't have a website or anything, but my links to my stuff are on your website, aren't they? Like my Spotify and all that?
Yeah. Got a page on theaudiopunch.com/Dragonborn. That's where you can find his links. On YouTube, though, it's something Dragonborn or something, right?
No, it's still Dragonborn. The logo is what you got to look out for. It's a red dragon. It used to be in the shape of a D, but then I changed it recently to coincide with For One More Night. So it's something else now. Okay. But it's a red dragon. It's like a slithery thing around the middle. I'd have to show you after the pod.
Well, I remember what it looks like, but I thought your name was like something Dragonborn or Dragonborn. And
my YouTube handle is Dragonborn Beats. Like at Dragonborn Beats is if you You can probably search YouTube for the handle at Dragonborn Beats, all lowercase. But the main YouTube name is still Dragonborn.
Yeah, because when I looked for Dragonborn, I was like, oh, this is Dragonborn. I think it was some Skyrim stuff.
Yeah, because I kind of got screwed over because Dragonborn is obviously the name of a famous Skyrim song, and I was like,
thief. All right, well, it's famous last question time. So let's say, let's say you were going to be born again. You could bring with you this time, you would remember the best lesson you've learned, the worst, I guess, the biggest thing you can avoid, and then one of your songs that would represent that situation.
Well, the biggest piece of advice I would carry with myself is you do not know what love is. Like, you may think you're over the moon and, oh my God, I love this person so much and I want to spend the rest of my life with this person. No. You do not know what love is, and you do not need to worry about that type of stuff when you're that young, my guy.
All right, and then the biggest piece of advice, warning, I guess, emergency, something to avoid.
Something to avoid?
Yeah, some mistake you won't ever have to make
again
because you brought it.
So in 4th grade, I had a crush on someone, and I literally sang a song about how I liked the girl in front of the entire classroom, and I've never let go of it since. Like, I still remember after I finished singing, she just like slammed her head on her desk, and I feel so bad.
You still feel bad now. That's courageous, sir.
I know. Courageous. I wish I had that. I wish I had that amount of balls today, just to go up to a girl or whatever. But I don't.
We'll do it to the camera. For that one special lady out there. This one's for
no.
All right, Mr. Carter Dispinet. It's been a pleasure. We're going to have this on YouTube later today, I guess.
Ooh.
In time for your album release tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. July 24th. July 24th, 2026.
And it's called
For One More Night.
For One More Night. All right.
Yep.
All right. Well, this is Daniel C. Morris on the Audio Punch. Carter Dispinet of Dragonborn. And this is one of his old CDs. I don't know why I'm showing you again, because I'm about to get up and turn off the camera. All right. That was a little painful.
No problem. Sorry about that.